Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to this edition of the RR Show. We have got 4 stories for you from 4 different subreddits in reverse order, entitled people. Then we're going to be doing boomers being fools. One from Bridezilla's, then Tales from Your Server. It's fun, so let's lock it in for another edition of the RR Show. Our first story comes from r/TalesFromYourServer. Posted by user jar1785. Wedding guests so bad, bride and groom ask them to leave reception. Bear with me, this happened almost 3 months ago as of posting this, and some details might be foggy and or forgotten since then. I'll try to recount the events as best as I can. I work in catering, and at an event back around Father's Day weekend, there was a wedding that was probably the group's worst encounter with a guest. The evening started off rough with the wedding coordinator rearranging the tables, so all the tables, numbers, and guests were off sync with the paperwork that we had. When it came to serve dinner, we were all confused on where to go and who to serve. Tables were getting half served and mixed meals. Not a huge problem and fixable, but that was just the precursor of what was to come. During dinner, there was this one guest who stopped one of my coworkers and wanted to exchange their meal, even though they already started eating. They had a filet cooked at a medium. Not a problem. We change meals whenever we need to. They start eating the second meal. They wanted the same thing. They stopped the same coworker and asked to take it away, and they started eating off their husband's plate instead. After dinner and some cleanup, that guest, who we found out was the bride's aunt, decided to eat off the maid of honor's dinner plate while she was dancing. One coworker, the same one who she stopped before, told her to not eat that food, especially because she wasn't given permission to eat it. Everything was quiet until we put out a late night station. Soft pretzels with dipping sauces. As we were waiting for the pretzels to heat up, we put the dipping sauces out on the table so everyone knew more food was coming. And the aunt comes up to the station with her daughter and starts to put the dipping sauces straight onto the plates. Problem was, we didn't even put out spoons. They were using their fingers and hands to put the sauces onto the plates. 3 different coworkers, including the manager of the event, saw the 2 ladies do this, in which the 2 declined that they did it. We had no choice but to throw all those sauces away. The aunt went to one of the coworkers, who is one of the nicest people I work with, and starts getting in her face and starts calling her a liar and a drunk. And it got to the point where that coworker wanted to call the police on the aunt. When we thought it was over, the aunt comes to the back of house asking for the manager. The manager comes out, and the aunt starts getting in the manager's face, asking for the names of people. We were wearing name tags, and starts calling the manager a drunk and a liar, even though there were multiple people who saw her do this. The aunt said things like, "Let me see it on camera. I'm gonna leave a bad review on Yelp. I work this hotel in Chicago." While this was going on, I was standing as my manager's impromptu bodyguard. As a result of that, she was cut off from the bar, and the bride and groom were told about that incident. The couple decided to have the 2 ladies leave their wedding and escorted them out of the wedding venue. The bride and groom were firmly on our side with everything that happened. To top the night off, while everyone was dancing, the DJ was getting a drink from the bar, and a different guest decided to go behind the DJ booth and change the entire wedding playlist. The DJ saw and yelled so loud at the guest that it was heard over the music. Shortly after, that guest left. It was one of, if not the worst experience I had with a guest at a wedding, and my first experience with a Karen, and honestly, it kind of lived up to the hype. Our next story comes from the ever so delightful r/Bridezillas, posted by user ReasonableTheory909. Friendzilla and Bridezilla Storytime. Hi all. I'm going to unburden myself from a situation that happened 12 years ago when I was getting married, as it still confuses and haunts me to this day. Background. In my late 20s, I had a friend that I had met at work. She and I were on the same page and inseparable for 2 years. We walked together during our lunch breaks and spent time together outside of work. I considered it me and my best friend. We met our boyfriends at the same time, and she became engaged 1 month after I did. I was so excited. I thought it was so lovely to have someone so close to talk wedding stuff with someone who wouldn't get sick of it and understood everything. I invited her to be in my bridal party and completely understood when she said she'd be very busy and might not be able to commit to that. She told me that she wasn't having any bridal party at all, so I didn't worry that she hadn't asked me to be in hers. I thought everything was going well and was careful to be courteous to her, even scheduling my wedding to be 1 month after hers so as to not interfere with her wedding. When she told me she was worried about affording her dress, I even offered to help pay for one, despite making every effort to keep costs low for my own wedding, fake flowers, make my own decorations, etc. Then several months later, things rapidly changed. When it came time for her bachelorette party, I showed up to the restaurant it was being held at, a place we loved going to together, and found myself to be an hour late with things going full swing already. I am always early, so I was horrified to learn that I had the wrong time. Even worse, there sat 3 people with shirts that indicated they were bridesmaids. I was so confused as to why she had lied about her bridal party, but didn't want to ruin her special day. So I just shut up and ate. Then the party moved to her house, where a XXX toy party was held. Everyone got playful name tags at the door, things like sex kitten, hot date, etc. Then there was my tag, C dumpster. I was shocked and felt humiliated, but again, I didn't want to ruin her day or look like a prude. I spent the next few hours feeling horrible, and the only time I spoke to my friend was when she berated my ideas for my handmade decorations as tacky. I left without replying, desperate for the night to end. Then the straw that broke the camel's back, my wedding. She brought her roommate as her +1, not her now husband. And I later heard they spent the night loudly insulting my wedding and decorations, bullying my out-of-town friends into giving up their assigned table, and the roommate harassed one of my husband's friends so badly that he left early. The kicker to all of this is that they went in together on a wedding gift for me, a $25 Chili's gift card. I spent hundreds on her present, and I would have rather she give me none at all rather than that. After my wedding, she pretended I didn't exist anytime our paths crossed, which left me in limbo over what had gone so horribly wrong in our relationship. I never did figure out why she suddenly hated me, and it has haunted me to this day. Update to answer a couple of common questions. Her fiance never hinted at being attracted to me, and seemed overall to be a very quiet and calm person. She was definitely the talker and leader of their relationship. It is possible that she was jealous and I missed all the signs. I didn't want to come across as vain in my original post, but I did lose over 50 pounds of weight leading up to my wedding. Go girl. We both said we would diet, but she kind of quit her diet after saying she had lost enough to be happy. I took that at face value and continued to work my literal butt off. She never said anything catty about it or even brought it up, so I had dismissed it as a possibility all this time. Your responses are giving me a lot to think about. Thank you. Our third story on this episode comes from, this is a great subreddit. Don't you love it? Boomers being fools. Posted by user Wondermoon. The title, Boomer walked up to my 4-year-old and took her stuffed animal out of her hands and walked away. Double obligatory. This happened a few days ago, and I can't believe I have a story to share here. I was standing in line at our local corner market with my daughter, and this boomer guy in front of us turns around, sees my daughter, and proceeds to walk up to her and take it out of her hands and starts to walk away. This stuffed animal is her favorite. It's from IKEA. It's a monkey, and it goes everywhere with us. She's had it since she was a baby, and since she just started school, I've brought it with me to pick up. She's finished her first week, so I let her pick out a piece of candy from the store to celebrate. Anyway, this guy is walking away with her monkey. I guess trying to make a joke, and she looks at me with the biggest tears welling up in her eyes. I want to yell at this guy, but instead I smiled at my daughter and said, "Tell him that's not his and to give it back. It's not nice to take stuff that doesn't belong to us." She instantly lights up, turns to him and says just as loudly, "That's mine, give it back." He turns around to us and is like, "Oh, I thought you found him for me and I can't have him?" I give my girl the nod again and she says loudly, "That's not yours, give him back to me now." He does and resumes his lurking. I was pissed. First off, I was alone with my 4-year-old daughter, and this guy, although old, was like 6'3" and I'm 5'1". He literally did not say a word to us. He just turned around, walked up to us, took the monkey out of her hands, and the clerk behind the counter was a young guy too and was just laughing, which made me more mad. I know it's not his responsibility or anything, but we were the only other customers, and it just seemed like making us uncomfortable wasn't an issue. I'm still very pissed, and I've told some of my mom friends, who said they'd be pissed too. This little market is right around the corner from my house, and one of my friends said she would have taken a picture of him and posted the story to Nextdoor or something. I wish I would have, but it happened so fast, and the crazy mom in me wants to go back and hopefully bump into him so I can tell him how disrespectful and really uncomfortable the whole thing was. But I also don't want to put myself in a position of conflict with some random man. What is wrong with these people? What kind of idiot thinks it's okay to approach a young child and take their toy as a joke? We don't know you. You have no idea what we're going through. It's just baffling. Our final story in this episode comes from r/entitled people, posted by user Anikatid. And the story is titled, "Idiots Trying to Make Me Work for Free." Hey everyone, this happened a few weeks ago, and I'm glad I found this community to share it with. So, I'm a recently certified makeup artist and licensed esthetician in the state of New Hampshire. I've been practicing makeup and artistry for almost 3 years now on other people. I've been through a lot in my life and truly just want my job to bring me joy. So, because makeup is my passion, I want to make others feel beautiful as a job. It's going to take time to build clientele, and I'm about to start working as a bridal assistant, which I'm super excited about. I doubt I'll have an official business established for at least a couple of years. It all depends, but for now, I'm just doing what I can, and I am always excited to have people model for me. I know I'm good at what I do, but I'll never stop practicing and getting better. I just want to feel I've mastered it. And I'm still a noob, so I wouldn't say I'm the best by any means. But I have done several TV commercials and have done enough practice to know I'm not bad. The goal is to work on everyone, no matter your skin tone, skin type, gender, age, sexuality, etc. Anyways, I had somebody message me on my Instagram account saying they wanted their makeup done for an event along with 6 other people. I said I'm down for the challenge and always excited to do makeup on others, and I want to do more with multiple people at a time to prepare for future bridal parties, etc. So I said I would. Then they proceed to tell me that I'm expected to come and do their makeup and facials on 7 people total for free. I don't think I have the messages anymore, but they were so rude about it too. Like, just full on expecting me to think that was cool? Like, what does that do for me? I was in total shock. Like, excuse me? Just because I'm a new makeup artist doesn't mean I work for free. If I'm asking you to model for me, then yes, it's free. But if you're asking me to do your makeup, then it's my time and money on the line. I'm not even charging people yet, but I obviously would have if this was a serious offer. I would have been fine doing discounted services too, but after they said this, I obviously was like, yeah, nah, I don't do free makeup and facials. The person who messaged me on Instagram called me a whore. I laughed and blocked them. Then comes the next day. I don't have my phone number listed on the Instagram account, so not sure if they looked me up and found it somehow, or if someone gave my number to them, but one of the other 7 people who was expecting me to give them free services texted me. This time with a new and improved offer, $50 total for 7 people. Not $50 per person, $50 total. I did the math. That would be about $7.14 per person, assuming each person takes an hour per service. I'm not super fast at makeup yet, and I won't skimp on a facial. Then it's more like $3.57 an hour or service per person. I once again was like, are you kidding me? I told them, you don't set my prices. Like, the audacity truly kills me. I will never understand people like this. Do you just not have any self-awareness, let alone self-respect? Unbelievable. No thanks. I'd rather chill at home, drinking tea, and watching TV, cuddled up with my cat, and make zero money than bust my ass for such lousy pay. Such a joke. How pathetic. Do you think I just worked in beauty school for months on end just to make less than minimum wage to work for you losers? Thought you guys might laugh at this one. I was just in awe how insane these people were, even if they had apologized and had genuinely asked me what I charged for my services. There's no way I'm doing anything for you after someone in your group called me a whore for not accepting free work. That's actually insane, and I'd know I'd be in hell for a day if I accepted that. Gave me a good laugh at least. Just another day, another entitled person blocked. Thanks for reading. Have a great day, everyone. So thanks for being with us. The RR Show is a production of Evergreen Podcasts and Wessler Media. Now, if you'd be so kind, please follow or subscribe to our show wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're feeling extra nice, you might as well leave a 5-star review. But for more, visit the website, rrshow.com. That is rrshow.com. I'm your host, Vince. Thank you to my producer, Kevin, and we'll see you next time here on The RR Show.